What's up, YouTube? Tops 85 401 here, and I'm just going to show you a baseball card binder of some of my pitchers and then the guys from the A's and Giants that I've collected through the years. So, I'm going to start off with Tim Lincecum, two-time World Series champion and two-time Cy Young Award winner. So this guy's awesome. And, you know, like binders, creating binders is one of the favorite parts of this hobby for me. I just love putting binders together of my favorite baseball players. So this is one of the many binders I put together. So all kinds of good stuff in here. Whoops. And you know what's really cool about this binder is a lot of the cards in here were sent to me by my YouTube friends, which I always appreciate. So if you see cards that you sent me, that's where they end up. They end up in this binder, or any any number of binders that I have. So that was my Tim Lincecum. Now I got my Stephen Strasburg cards. I love this one. That's a nice X-Fractor there, Topps Chrome X-Fractor. I love these mini 87s too that they made last year. So then I got Mariano Rivera there, and then some CC Sabathia up top there. So these are some of the current pitchers I got in this binder, or in this part of the binder. So Verlander, heck of a pitcher right there. And Roy Halladay, a little David Price action on the bottom here too. So as you can see, I like collecting Cy Young Award winners. There's another Cy Young Award winner, Juan Marichal. Love that Cognac card. So that's an awesome card. And then these are all vintage down here, so I got kind of a good mixture. Some of the older players I try to mix in vintage and contemporary cards. Of course, all my vintage Koufax cards are in screw downs, but I do like the contemporary Koufax cards. Got Bob Gibson. I do have a couple of vintage, a 73 and a 75 mini, so those are cool. Very nice looking cards. Then we got Nolan Ryan. So everybody's got to have a nice Nolan Ryan PC. So yeah, just a good mixture of old and new in here. I wish that was original, but that's a Monza Power Throughout card there. Do have some nice older ones in here though, like the 84 Topps, 84 Fleer, good stuff like that. So yeah, this is something I've just been, I do collect a lot of like jersey cards and autographs and stuff like that, but I think probably my favorite part of collecting is just the binders, because it's just so fun to look through them. There's some nice vintage ones there, 77s, but I just love looking through the binders. There we go, now we're into Greg Maddux. They're fun to put together too. It's better than just having a bunch of cards in a box, you know, and you're like, well, what do I do with them? It's just fun to look at them in here, like this. I guess I'm a little bit old school. I've always put binders together as I've collected over the years. More Greg Maddux. Got a few pages of him. Then we got the Roger Clemens. And I got a bunch of these cards of these players that I need to start adding into my binders. So it's just kind of projects I work on from time to time when I have some extra time on my hand, or not my hand, but my hands. Extra time in my life to do this kind of stuff. I mean, geez, I pretty much stopped watching TV now. All I do is like watch people's collections, YouTube videos, and then organize my cards. It's a lot better than sitting around watching TV. There we go with the Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson's just awesome, man. And I think that I really became a huge Randy Johnson fan, ironically, his last year, because he pitched for the Giants, and I just loved watching him pitch for the Giants. You can see I got a lot of Randy Johnson in a Giants uniform. There we go, Pedro. This guy was just awesome in the late 90s. That All-Star game when they were in Boston was when he struck out everybody. That was one of my highlights as far as All-Star games. Then we got Tom Glavine. Glavine is awesome. He'll be in the Hall of Fame soon enough. Eckersley, that's a nice vintage one up there. This guy's awesome, of course. I'm a big A's fan. grew up watching the A's, went to a lot of A's games, so of course Eckersley's one of my favorites of all time. And then we got a bunch of different Hall of Famer and future Hall of Famers in this one. That's a vintage Jim Palmer there. A lot of parallels in here too. Then we got Christy Mathewson and Cy Young on this page. So those guys are the pre-war Hall of Famers, you could call them. And then Steve Carlton and Tom Seaver. The 70s guys right there with Nolan Ryan, right, with all the strikeouts. Then Bob Feller and Walter Johnson. So that's some of my pictures. Now I'll show you some of my Giants cards. These are kind of like not considered stars for most people, but players that I really like with the Giants. So we got Kevin Mitchell. That's one of my favorite Kevin Mitchell cards. It's a Topps Archives Reserve, like a refractor looking card. That's nice. And then all the rookies down there. Gotta love the Mitchell. And then Will Clark. I love that 87 Fleer rookie. Got that O-Pee-Chee one. Kurt sent me that one. No, actually, Kurt sent me a bunch of cards in this binder. More Will Clark. Look at that. Look at that Will Clark. Will Clark is in the house. Gotta love Will the Thrill. Will the Thrill Clark. So, awesome cards. That's a sweet looking card. I don't even remember where I got that one from. That thing's pretty sweet. So, yeah, I love the Will Clarkage. And Matt Williams. That guy was just a beast with the Giants. He was just awesome. I used to love watching Matt Williams. Great third baseman. Got a TTM auto in here. My boy Chris sent me that one. So, all kinds of Matt Williams. Cool little assortment of his cards. And then a lot of guys don't remember Ellis Burks or Rich Aurelia, but they both had pretty good years with the Giants back in the day. That's a nice 94 refractor there. Then we got Pandoval or Sandoval, Pablo. Got a couple of pages of his stuff there. Nice, nice, very nice. The Panda is always a fan favorite with the Giants fans. And we got Brandon Belt and Aubrey Huff. I was like, in 2010, I was a huge Aubrey Huff fan. He had a great year with the Giants. Now we get to the pitchers of the Giants, of the current Giants. Matt Cain with the perfect game. Perfect game, Matt Cain. And there we go, more Cainage. Man, that guy's awesome. They call him the workhorse. The horse. More Matt Cain, Matt Cain. Man, I'm looking forward to see what he can do in 2013. And then Madison Bumgarner. So these are all awesome. Love that Heritage right there. A Chrome Heritage. That's an awesome card. I think that's a refractor too. That one, yeah, that's a refractor there. So that's an awesome card. More Bumgarnage. And just picked up a bunch of the Ryan Vogelsong cards for this binder. Man, I still got to pick up some Sergio Romo cards, but until this year they didn't really, Topps or anybody didn't really make any Sergio Romo cards. So let me get this kind of situated. There we go. It's easier to see like that. There we go. Let's see. So then we got Brian Wilson. And then Kirk Reeder. Probably no one really knows who he is unless you're a Giants fan. And then Jason Schmidt and Rod Beck. This poor guy, he ended up committing suicide. Real sad. But we got to have his rookie cards in there. Then with the A's, some of my favorite A's over the years. Miguel Tejada. That guy was awesome. Won the MVP. Back in, what was that, 2002? I think he won the MVP. So there we go, Tejada. They had a great chant for him when you went out in the bleachers back in the day. They'd pound on the drums and go Tejada. Back in the day. That was fun. And then so a bunch of Tejada cards. I got a bunch of refractors in here of him. Got a jersey card there. That's with him in Baltimore. Then there we go, Jose Canseco. Man, he was such a great ball player back in like 88, 89, 90. That guy was pretty much the best baseman. He was the Mike Trout of that era. And I know a lot of people kind of laugh at him now, but he was a hell of a ball player back in the day. And then Jason Giambi, man, I loved it when he was on the A's. He was a great A. And of course he went to the New York Yankees and then Colorado. And probably still hanging on somewhere. He's more of a bench coach than he is a player now. And Eric Chavez. Got to have a page of him. He had a few good years with the A's. Then my favorite pitcher of all time, Dave Stewart. So I got a pretty good collection of Dave Stewart cards. So he is my favorite pitcher, especially in my childhood. So I got a Tiffany and a regular one on the 90 Topps. Bunch of Tiffany's of him in here. Older Fleer. Most of these are older original cards. They don't make too many contemporary Stewart cards, which I wish they would, because I just love how the cards of the retired players look these days. They make a lot of nice cards. But he's more of a fan favorite. He'll never be a Hall of Famer or anything. But one thing about Dave Stewart is he did win 20 games 4 years in a row. And a lot of people don't realize that, but never won the Cy Young. And of course my hometown from where I live, this guy went to high school about a mile from where I live, and that is Brandon Morrow. So that's one of my binders here. Just thought I'd share it with you guys. So comment down below, let me know what you think. And yeah, peace out to all you card fans out there.